Make sure you aim correctly. When planning trips to Mount Kilimanjaro, bathrooms and toilets are not talked about much. However, these are things you need on a day-to-day basis. But at the back of your mind, I'm sure you ask yourself, how will I bathe once I get to Kilimanjaro? And will there be a toilet for me? Of course, there will be a toilet for you. The question is, will it be a public or a private toilet? And if they're there, where are they? If I've come from the comfort of my home to Mount Kilimanjaro, do I expect to get a toilet where I will be able to sit on the toilet like in my home? If this is your first time going to Mount Kilimanjaro, I want to reassure you, relax. You'll be well taken care of. In this video, I'm going to show you how you will handle the toilet and bathroom matters on Mount Kilimanjaro. Depending on whether you go backpacking or glamping, you'll have access to a private or a public toilet. So what is the difference? We'll explore that in a short while. The Tanzania National Parks, under which Mount Kilimanjaro falls, has provided toilets at the gate of the park, on the trail in the rainforest, and in the camps. If your group has a private toilet, it will be carried up by the porters. The private toilet actually resembles the toilet in your home. It's carried up and down the mountain by porters. And let us respect porters. Can you imagine what they go through to give us some comfort? Like making sure that we have access to a private toilet while we are on the trail. However, let me caution you, please manage your expectations. Since you'll only use this private toilet at night in the camp, on the trail, you'll use the public toilets. So what does a public toilet look like? In case you don't know, a public toilet is actually what is called an outhouse or a pit latrine. Or to put it in a simple way, it is a hole in the ground. And this hole is inside a room that has a door, so it gives you enough privacy. To use it correctly, you need to squat down the way you would squat in the gym. In case you don't know how to squat in the gym, just look up any videos on squatting in the gym. Once you squat, you'll do your business. And the gentleman may stand for the short calls, but make sure you aim correctly. As you go higher, there may be no toilets. Especially after Machame camp, I did not see any toilets on the trail, but there are toilets in the camps. So if you are on the trail and you need to use the toilet, please feel free and just excuse yourself from the group, but make sure somebody knows you are using the toilet. So you'll run to the bush and do your business. And when the bushes end, you'll just run and hide behind a rock. And there'll come a time when there'll be no rocks and no bushes. So what do you do at this point? At this point, you just request your colleagues on the trail to turn the other way and you do your business. Let me show you some items that you will need to make your toilet experience on Mount Kilimanjaro pleasurable or comfortable. While on the trail, you will not be able to dispose of your toilet paper and wet wipes in the pit latrine sometimes, especially at the point where you begin to use the bush or hiding behind the rock, or at the point where your team just turns. Please do not leave toilet paper, wet wipes, or any other non-decomposing material on the trail. Remember, the policy on Kilimanjaro is to leave no trail and not to pollute. So what you need to do is to carry along with you in your day pack either a Ziploc bag where you can put your used toilet paper and wipes. Remember, I told you you need to remember to carry toilet paper. So once you've used your toilet paper or wet wipes, remember to carry it with you until you get to the camp. So you can carry it in the Ziploc, or alternatively, you can have this kind of bags with you if it is legal in your country. And then once you've used them, you put them in your day pack, and when you go back to camp, dispose in the dustbin next to the mess tent. Alternatively, you can also use a full dustbin bag to carry your waste to the camp where you'll dispose. If you need to pour, you can pour the non-decomposing used tissue in the pit latrine. What about the private shower? A private shower may be provided depending on your service provider. However, the truth is you'll only use it for 1 or 2 days. After day 2, it is too cold to bathe. So the private shower that your guides brought or your porters carried along will not help you. I climbed through Machame Gate. So this meant that there was no bathing from Thursday to Wednesday. What do I mean? Our last bath was on Thursday morning, and the next bath was on Wednesday evening. So did I smell, or do people smell? Maybe. However, at high altitude, it's very cold. Therefore, you will not sweat much, and therefore you may not smell as much. Also, at that high altitude, evaporation is minimal. So the people around you may not smell your sweat. In my case, I only realized that I was stinking when we descended to less than 2,000 meters, and that was on the last day. So if there's no bathing for 7 or so, how does one wash or bathe or freshen for 5, 6, 7, 9 or more days, depending on the route you take? Let me show you how. Before I show you how, please like this video, share it, and subscribe to this channel to enable me to continue bringing you more content from Mount Kilimanjaro. So the water you use for wash or freshening is carried up Mount Kilimanjaro by porters in 20-liter containers, and each of these containers weighs about 20 kilograms or 45 pounds. It is then warmed on gas, and it is brought to you on a small basin twice a day. You'll use your small towel to wipe, and then use another small towel to dry. The best way is to start with the head, then the torso, which is the middle body, and then finally your lower body. So to avoid getting hypothermia where you freeze, the best way is to only expose one part of the body at a time. So if you are cleaning the head, only expose the head. If you are cleaning the torso, only expose the torso. So once a part of the body is clean and ready, you will apply a generous amount of petroleum jelly. And once you apply this petroleum jelly, it will prevent your lips and your skin from cracking. This routine, performed twice a day, is adequate to keep you fresh on Mount Kilimanjaro. So forget about your private bathroom, forget about your private toilet. Just enjoy your ride and your hike on Mount Kilimanjaro. Once water is in the camp and it has been warmed, it will be dispensed in 20-liter containers or buckets that look like this, and yours will be brought to you on a small basin that looks like this. So remember, I had told you to carry a small towel. So this is what you'll be using to wipe. Once you have wiped with the wet towel, make sure you wipe dry and ensure it is completely dry. And then thereafter, you need to apply petroleum jelly, and generous amount. You can start with your lips, and this can be petroleum jelly of any brand. But if you know the brand I'm using, maybe you can put a comment down below. Also, apply a generous amount to your skin on your face and other parts of the body. You can also carry a little petroleum jelly on the trail to keep applying throughout the day so that your body or skin and lips do not crack. This is one of the very important items in the kitchen because it is this bucket or this container that is used to keep your water for drinking and also for the hot water bottles for the night. So normally it will be served from the bucket with a jug into your bladder for drinking water or into the hot water bottle. It can also be used, or it is also used in the kitchen to store utensils and to transport them from one camp to another. Please share your experience of bathing or freshening on other mountains or on Mount Kilimanjaro in the comments section below. Thank you for watching this video. See you in the next one.